The Happy Meal is getting a makeover. Starting in September, select markets will roll out the new version. It will contain less than half the fries and a serving of fruit or vegetable. McDonald says it toyed with the idea of getting rid of fries altogether, but parents and kids, they weren't having it. Still, they say by cutting the serving size, they have chopped 20% of the calories from the Happy Meal. Now at 9, what do you think about these changes? Did McDonald's cave to groups pressuring them to revamp the Happy Meal, or, in your opinion, is it about time?
Well, obviously they caved. I mean, there's been mounting pressure for them to go healthier for a while, and rightfully so. I mean, there's nothing wrong with groups pushing them to get on track. We know now more about health and what's bad for us than we ever did before. But at the same time, I don't go to McDonald's because I think I'm getting some sort of amazingly healthy meal.
Right.
I don't.
It's a treat.
Yeah, well, and it's interesting, too, how they're always the ones that get picked on, because we talk about all of the other fast food joints that are serving up the same stuff, essentially, and they are not taking half the heat that McDonald's is.
Oh, yeah. I have compared, fat and calories from other, joints, like Burger King and whatnot, and they have a lot more than McDonald's does, and you don't see them getting the slack.
And I think a lot of it, too, is parents, like you were saying, they're succumbing to the pressure of what parents are saying, but at the same time, parents really have to be responsible. And I do applaud McDonald's for taking a step out and being ahead of, maybe all of this criticism, but at the same time, you as the parent have to decide whether enough is enough. And to say that McDonald's is making our kids fat, I think is a little far.
Well, and they didn't get rid of the French fries, which I'm happy to see, and it's kind of nice because, frankly, for example, if I get a kid's meal for my kid, I don't mind if there's a smaller portion of fries. He just wants a couple of fries.
Right.
And if he's got 4 of them instead of 30 of them, that's probably good, and he won't know the difference at the end of the day.
Totally.
That means less for you, though, trying to get it on that Happy Meal.
Wiping from that Happy Meal.
That's right. All right. Well, Christy Johnson says, well, the small fry in the Happy Meal wasn't very big to begin with. I think it will just make them an additional medium fry to their order, or they'll start buying their kids a value meal instead.
And Stacy Harris on Facebook says, how about parental involvement in what our kids eat? My son occasionally enjoys a Happy Meal. We eat balanced home-cooked meals 90% of the time, and we occasionally get to eat something terrible, like a Happy Meal.
Kathy Chester Wellner writes, what is wrong with McDonald's? Going to McDonald's was a treat for my kids, and that included the French fries and whatever came with it. As a parent, I am well aware of what my kids are eating, and I don't need them to police me.
Eric Ayler says, as long as they keep the toy, I'm happy.
Yeah, and it really, because my children, I know in particular, they prefer the apples. They don't really want the fries. They're not big fry kids, and so they would care less whether there's 4 or 50, as you said. Yeah. But I think a lot of that, too, is if you're teaching those habits at home, they will also carry into the fast food joints.
Well, my kid used to prefer the apples, but just the other day I went to a fast food restaurant and said, do you want chicken nuggets or a hamburger? And he said, French fries.
There you go. which is a staple of most 3-year-olds.
They don't have one with just French fries.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going to at this rate. They're leaning more in the other direction.
Good point.